children in the community to have opportunity and that didn't exist.
For the video, can you state your name?
JayFerguson.
All right. How are you involved with ACT?
Well, I was involved as a participant, as a student or young person. Back in 1981, I think maybe I just finished the 6th grade, maybe I was going into the 6th grade. Maybe I think I was going into the 6th grade, so maybe I finished the 5th grade. So just had a chance to go out there and hang out and have a good time with Johnson C. Smith for the summer.
What brought you into theater? What interests you about being in a theater?
I had a real good friend who, I'm the oldest of three, and so I had a good friend who basically was like an older brother to me. He was a couple years older than I was. We were real close, and he was really into theater. And so like with somebody who kind of like an older brother or sister, some of the things they do, you want to do it. Some of the things they do, you don't want to do it. But that was one of those things that I really looked at and said, I want to be involved in it also. And so from the time I was probably in 3rd or 4th grade, I was interested in being involved in theater.
So the practices were held at Johnson C. Smith.
Yeah.
What were the practices like? Like from when you step into the classroom or wherever they had the practices, what was a daily practice like?
Well, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, one thing about it is you just got to be yourself. So you learned about some things that maybe you didn't know about otherwise, especially for us. Mostly, I think it may have been all black kids at that time. And we were learning a lot of things that you didn't learn in school about American history that involved black folks. It's not really black history, it's American history that involved black folks, and a lot of those stories haven't been told. So you got to learn about that. You just got to hang out and have fun, and the instructors really made it a place where you could have a good time and still get some things done. So there was some expectations, some things you were supposed to do, but we just had a good time.
Tell me about the process from here's a script or whatever you're preparing for that final performance. What was it like going from page to that performance? What was expected of you, and what did you do to get ready?
Well, we had a chance to just write up some things that we were interested in. I mean, basically, the way I remember it is that the staff had some information and some topics and things that they shared with us. And we had a chance to take that in our own direction. And then there were some pieces that were established pieces, like there might be some poetry by Langston Hughes or somebody else. So there was a mixture. Some of it was established work by well-known artists, and some of it was things that we had put together by ourselves or in groups, and we had a lot of good guidance from the staff. So you were kind of working on both. So you had to learn both of them, but some of it was actually learning something that somebody else had done. Some of it was really just expressing something that you had been a part of creating. So it was a good mix, and that made you feel more a part of it.
What kept you in ACT? Was it the friends you made there, or that sense of community, or because a lot of kids start theater or something like it, and they say they're done with it after a year and move along?
Well, that energy, you get out there and people give you a little applause and a little encouragement, then that keeps you going. So you definitely want to do that. I was talking to one of my former instructors, really the main former instructor we had through Restoration. I was telling her one of the things that kept me in there that first summer is this little girl that I really like. So I would get up every morning and be excited to come over there because of that too. So it's a mixture, right? It's a mixture of things that kept you coming over there. So we, it was, the process was fun, and definitely we had a good time when we got on stage. So, you loved that, and it kind of kept you hungry for more. Yeah.
What did you learn in ACT that has carried over to your adult life?
Well, you get a lot of confidence from getting out in front of people and talking and performing. So that's something I think that has stayed with me. I think the importance of our history, that was definitely something I took from that. And just kind of how to work together on a team and how to manage the relationships. And, people are not always going to agree, but, it's funny when it's with young people, especially because later on I had a chance to work with young people doing performances and other kinds of things. And a lot of times you kind of feel like they're not focused, they don't care, they're not going to do it. But you sort of learn how to get focused, especially when you need to get focused. So you did learn some discipline. It wasn't a real structured environment because it needed to be fun. You know, you'd already been in school all school year.
Needs to be a little more free.
Right. But there were some expectations. Like you knew that there were some things you had to get done, and you knew that you were going to be expected to do a really good job. So I think that there was some discipline or motivation that stayed with me too.
What do you think the legacy of that is in the future?
Well, one of the big legacies, you know, you can't overemphasize the importance, especially at that time, but really even now, of making sure that as many stories as possible from our past are told. So for a lot of us, that meant Black history, and it still means that what you might call Black history, that part of American history. Obviously, there are lots of different stories from different perspectives to be told. So I think that's major. Hopefully, it's out there as an example of how people can come together and explore stories, learn stories, and make sure stories get told. And then also just the youth empowerment, just making sure that young people have a place where they not only get to perform and experience all of that, but they get to create. And somebody is listening to what they are doing, and somebody cares what they think and cares enough to where they're going to help them get out on a stage and express that. So those you know, some of the legacies.
Wonderful. Any other tidbits, stories you want to add?
No, I think that's it for right now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just a great experience.
Thank you.
Glad to talk about it.